Hey everybody, it's Sunday. Let's make some appetizers.
The Sunday dinner chef will make you feel fine. Sit down, let's have a drink and enjoy the show.
Everybody, welcome back. I'm Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Today we're going to be making some pork ribs, but what we're going to do is we're going to make these appetizer style, and they're going to be Asian, my version of Asian sticky ribs. Let's get cooking. Okay, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to make my version of the sticky ribs, and what we're going to be using is I'm going to be taking some sage, all right. Also into the pan, I'm going to be adding 1 cinnamon stick, and also, as you can see, some little bit of Hershey's cocoa. We're going to use the stickiness from the honey. Also, we're going to use some red pepper flakes, pepperoncino. And also down here, I'm going to be using 1 or 2 star anise, all right? And also, we're going to finish it with fennel seed. Now, that's going to go into my pan, okay? And what we'll do is we'll start making this blend right here. And then what I'll do is you're going to see how I'm going to do these ribs. Okay, what's going to be unique about this right here is, let me zoom out a little bit more. Most of you know I live in Las Vegas, and today, now this would have been great on my smoker, also on my G22 grill, low and slow, but it's going to be 110 degrees outside today with a, right now it's very windy, cloudy, overcast, and they're expecting rain. So that 110 degrees with rain, it'll be like taking a warm shower. So I'm going to do this inside, and how I'm going to do it is everything's going to be done on top of the stove. All right, I'm going to make these nice and tender. I'm going to trim them up. I'm going to cut them all up, and I'm going to show you exactly how this is going to be prepared. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start butchering it up. First things first, you want to find the bone here. This is like the first rib, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that because that don't feel that great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this down here. Now you can see that there is a little cartilage right here, but I'll trim this up, okay? And that's going to go into a pan. So now, all this stuff right here, there's some meat in there. I'm going to trim it all out. And this is also all going to get cooked. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to take this right off the back. Alright. Yeah, I'll put this off to the side and I'll trim this whole thing up. Alright, so now I'll get this meat off of here. In fact, I'll take it off right now. There you go. So now I'm going to just take this heavy cartilage off. I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to follow it right down. Now this is all going to get trimmed up. This is called the chine bone. I'm going to take it off. Now these are going to be small. And because of an appetizer. Okay, right now what I want to do is I want to take this membrane off, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a butter knife. This side's already starting to go. I'm going to take a butter knife, go on the bone, okay, and push this up into the bone. Some come off super easy. Others will fight you to the death. Now, why am I taking it off? Well, I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? But I'm just going to grab this. Now, to each his own. If you want, you can leave it on. All right. I like to take it off, especially for this cooking method that I'm going to be doing today. All right. Got a little bit left here. And ain't going to bother too much. Let me grab my paper towel and take the rest of it off. Okay, so nice and clean. So what I'm going to start doing now, I'm going to get this piece of flat meat here, and I'm just going to take it off. Not throwing it away, we're gonna keep it.
Another Sunday desire, cutting ribs like a miser, can't resist. Sunday appetizers, chopping ribs into pieces. Today's dish is a teaser. Sticky ribs is a pleaser. One hooded in the shade. Sticky ribs, we have it made. Too hot to use an oven, top of the stove will get it done. Sticky ribs appetizer, turns out great, what a surpriser. Appetizer, turns out great, what a surpriser. Appetizer, turns out great, what a surprise.
Okay, like I said, it's 110 degrees outside. Everything's going to be done on top of the stove. And what am I doing? I'm going to be boiling the pork ribs first, okay? I'm going to be making a sauce in this pan here. And then what we'll do is we'll finish them in this pan. Get them nice and crispy, okay, once they're tender. It is not cooperating with you, so what I'm going to do also here is I'm going to add a couple pinches of salt into it. Now I'm going to bring this up to a boil and then I'm going to let it simmer because of the fact that I don't want this to overcook, because you can't overcook it to the point where it is kind of tough. So I just want to get everything cooked through so that we can simmer it inside the sauce. That's what we're going to make next, is the sauce. Okay, into the pan I'm going to be adding a little bit of avocado oil. Now this is not totally oriental, okay? This is my little twist on it with different herbs and spices that I like to go along with this. So what I'm going to do is I have 4 cloves of garlic that I just cut in half. Now they're just going to go in there. I want to get the aromatics from it. And also I have 2 scallions that I cut up. They're going to go in there now. The whole idea is, like I said, is to get the flavor out of it. So I'm going to lower it down dramatically. Next in, I'm going to be taking some, and this is quite interesting right here. I'm going to be taking in some cinnamon, or cinnamon stick. I'm going to throw that in. Also, I'm going to be adding in some pepperoncino. 3 shakes. Okay. If we need to add more, we will. Also inside here, I have, let me see what my tweezers are. Now this is on low, okay. I'm going to be putting in some star anise. And, you know, this is powerful. This is powerful stuff right here. I'm going to just put 2 in there. All right, let me put the lid on here. Now I'm going to be taking, sorry for my arm, I'm in a difficult position here. Now I'm going to be adding in a little bit of sage. Where you at here? A little bit of sage. Sage and pork really go together well, especially in this kind of sauce that we're making. Actually, it's going to be a sticky sauce. Now, also again, I'm going to be using a teaspoon of fennel seed to put in there, just to get that again. Get that aromatics going. So, last but not least, I have some cocoa powder. Okay, now this is 100% cocoa. Just gonna put a little bit in there. Maybe half. You don't want to overpower anything, so half of. You get that right off the bat. Okay. I'm just gonna stir this around a little bit. Move it around here. Get it. Oh, yeah, that smells good. Just gonna let that go a little bit. Now, here's the other thing I'm gonna be adding in. I'm gonna be adding in a teaspoon of soy sauce. Oop, a little bit more. Get that going. I'm just going to add in a little bit of water. Got to add that in before. Oyster sauce. Just about a teaspoon. There again, nothing overpowering. And a teaspoon of hoisin. Now you can add this. You can add more to it if you want, a little as you like. But past couple days I've been having a hard time talking. Okay, get that in there. Now I'm just gonna let that cook for a little bit. You put all my lids back on. Off to the side. This one off to the side. Now one more thing I'm going to add in here is I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice in here. So what we're making here is a little bit of sweet, sour, okay, but we're trying to get all the essence out of it. I mean, just we want the flavor to come from every component that we just put in here. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Now the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of water in there. But being I'm not putting full tablespoons in, I'm just going to leave it go with teaspoons right now. Okay. Now here's the thing. At the end of this, we can always add more soy sauce, more oyster sauce, and more hoisin. All right. We just want to get this cooking down here, get the nice flavor. And then later, what we do is when we get the meat put in there, just before I put the ribs in, I'll be using some honey, okay? Now that's going to be the sticky end of it. It does call for brown sugar. Lately I don't like the taste of brown sugar, so I'm going to use honey instead. So we're going to let everything cook down. We'll check on the ribs in a minute, and we'll be right back. Okay, ribs are done. See right here, pulled them up out of the water, drained them off, and now what we're going to do is we're going to be putting them into this big saute pan, But first, what I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of Tommy spice in the pan. Okay. Put it up there like that, and just gonna drop them in. Thin them out a little bit. Now, get them all together like that there. Now, the whole purpose with this right now is I'm going to lower it down, put it on like a low simmer, just to get them going. Now, some of the fat's going to come out of them, okay, that already, maybe some of it, not all of it, come out in the water, okay. So what I'm going to do is just going to let this cook a little bit. I'm going to get them, see if I can get them halfway to, you know, put a nice caramelization on them. But I'm going to take my time with it because this is going to be so good, I'm telling you. And at this point right now, you can turn around, you can ruin this, okay? You can do it too fast and it'll be tough as nails. So we don't want that. Put a little bit more Tommy spice on them. Just gonna, like I said, brown them up a little bit, and then it's gonna go into this. Boy, that smells so good. All right. I knew that joker's hot. Just want to show you now. We moved everything over. And this is gonna reduce down. This is going to be the sauce. Now I'm gonna be adding in some of the honey, just to get a head start on it. Now, I'm not going to put a lot in right this minute, but as you can see, a nice little stream going in here. Now, I did add a cap full of apple cider vinegar in here with the lemon. Pretty tart, so now we got to start sweetening it up. Now, not a lot, because I am a type 2 diabetic, but not a lot. And this little bit that I'm going to eat today should not affect me. I hope. But this is fantastic. What a great flavor. The aromas are unbelievable. Okay, so just a little small stream right there. And we're just going to let them cook down until I'm going to add in a little bit more water as it reduces. But then I'm going to stir stuff around so it gets a little bit of a crust on it. Caramelizes up a little bit. And that's what we're going to have right here today. Some Asian sticky ribs. Cornstarch. Mix this up here. Okay. Some of the ribs that are finished. These are going to go in. Just stir these around inside the sauce here. The sauce thickened up a little bit, and that's just what we want. You get everything coated. Line everything up into the pan so everything gets a good even coating. If you can see, ribs come out really good in the pan. Man, this is looking real good. Now on the other side right here, I'm going to add in all the little nubs and cartilage bones and stuff, and that's going to go right in here like this. Now I'm going to do one more coating of honey. Like I said, now you can use brown sugar, you can use regular sugar. I got to be careful with it. Honey is dangerous for me, but just a little bit here for an appetizer is not really going to hurt things, I hope. Now we're just going to let that go a little bit. Just for a little bit of color, I'm going to put a little bit of green on there. We're going to get ready to plate this. Okay, everyone, there it is right there. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I'm going to add a little sauce to that. Now, this is that sticky sauce. I'm just going to put it right down the middle. I'm going to put some in some little... Add some into some ramekins right here. And just clean it off a little bit. We'll put this up here in the corner just to dip it in there. Well, I'm having a hard time talking today. And let's finish it off with some nice scallion. Okay. A little bit in that dipping sauce there. Around the edge of the plate, make it look nice. I tell you, you always eat with your eyes. Well, there it is, everybody. That is my version of Asian sticky ribs. Okay, very, very quick. There again, 110 degrees outside. Looks like a hurricane coming if I didn't know any better. And very windy. So you can do this inside, on top of your stove. Don't even have to heat up the house. There it is, everybody. Listen, thanks for watching. Check back next Sunday for another Sunday Appetizers. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.